My word. No way. No way.
Oh, not enough speed.
Hey everyone, what I've got here is something that's a little bit different from my usual videos. It is currently 36 minutes past midnight on, well, what was Thanksgiving for our American friends. The reason I'm up so late is because I've actually got the next couple of days off work and my mind is still sort of winding down, ready. We're not quite ready for Christmas, but we're sort of gearing down for Christmas, and I've got a couple of days off, so I thought I'd make another video. And this one is different because I normally type out what I want to talk about, almost like a script. I don't stick to it word for word, but normally I type out a script. But for this one, I am just watching this gameplay as you watch it as well, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the auto reloaders in the game. And the reason I want to do that is because it could just be me, but I get the sense that it's not fully understood, or people aren't fully aware that these tanks are there and that this system is actually in the game. So if you don't know about the auto reloading system, I will do my best to explain it in as clear a fashion as possible. Everyone is familiar with the reload systems. Now I'm confusing myself because you've got the auto reloading system and the auto loading system. That's it. The French tanks are famous for their auto loaders, and for the most part in the French vehicles you get 4 shots or 3 shots, and you fire all 4 and you reload all 4. In regular tanks, like any other medium, take the Leopard for example, that's you fire 1 shot, you reload 1 shot. What you're probably noticing here is the auto reloading system reloads as you fire each shot. So just there, I fired 1 shot out of 3, but the auto reloading system is reloading the first shot after I fired it. And that is very, very different to the French system and the standard system within the game. The reason I like this, before I get on to that actually, what you saw me do there, turning side on as a light tank comes towards me, that's something I've been trying recently, which is if you see a light tank coming towards me and I know they're reloading, or even if they're not reloading, I'll try and turn sideways on so that they run into me and, well, first of all, hopefully kill themselves. And if they don't kill themselves, that stops them dead, and I can put a shot into them and hopefully kill them that way. It's a tactic I'm trying. That time it didn't work out, but when it does work, it seems to be quite effective. Sacrificing hit points some of the time, but you know, I think sometimes that's a risk worth taking. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the auto reloaders. They are a very different way of playing the game. You can either fire one shot and reload one shot, or, like in this situation here with this chieftain, because he's off in the distance not paying attention to me, I feel I can risk firing all 3 shots and go for my long reload, which is about 40 seconds, I think, roughly. The last shell that I'm reloading here is the longest reload, so that one was just under 15 seconds, and then the reload time for this next shell will be even less than the third shell. So have a look at it there. Oh, the gun fired, I didn't see what it said, but yeah, the reload gets shorter as you load more shells. And what this forces you to do is, well, for me anyway, it makes me play the game a different way, and I like that because it's a different play style, it's a different approach to the game. Because sometimes it can get a bit stale playing the same old every single time. So to mix it up with this mechanic I find it to be really, really interesting, and it's a challenge sometimes because you do have to be careful. And the mistake the thing that you have to watch out for is something I did just there. I pulled the trigger when the reload for my second shell hadn't quite finished, and you do have to pay attention to that, because if you're just a split second too early on the trigger, you'll fire the round, and instead of having an extra round that you've just reloaded, you'll have nothing, or you'll have a longer reload than you needed. So again, that's just something you have to keep an eye on and keep in mind when you play these vehicles. Now this is the standard B, and this is based on the Leopard, and the Leopard is quick, and as you can see, so is this thing. This Griddle 15 didn't know I was coming for him. I've got 3 shots loaded, and this is a situation where I don't feel scared to fire all 3, because I'm too quick, and he's gone. No chance, absolutely no chance for him to do anything about that. And that's where the 3 load shot, the load of 3 shots can be a lifesaver. If I'd only had 1 shot, taking the standard Leopard for example, that's, what is it, 6-7 second reload. If that grill had had more time, he probably would have put another shot into me, and that's not what you want ideally, because you don't want to get shot by anything, but especially not a grill. So the teams are pretty evenly matched now. We were losing this quite badly at the start of the game, and I did think that my team had completely, we were 4 tanks down. There's, in a tier 10 you think, oh, there's no way you can come back from that, but here it seems that we've done alright. And I'm on 3,500 damage with just over 1,100 assist. And using the mobility now to get back to my original spot on this map, and where I was first, that's a spot that I really like on this map, because if you've got support behind you, you can pull up and down that hill, and you can spot the enemy, and you can get a whole load of spotting assist or tracking assist if you pull up and put a shot into the tracks of whoever happens to be up here. But at the moment, sitting back a little bit, because I know I'm not a frontline vehicle. And there's the machine. I do have the machine, and it's the only big, well, not big, the only long mercenary contract that I'm ever going to grind. I've got no interest in grinding any of the others. I say that, and in a year's time I'll probably grind another one. But coming back up here now, we have the advantage. 3 shots loaded, spot the Emil on the left, and again 3 shots out, or first shot bounces, second shot takes him in quick succession. And these vehicles can be like the French auto loaders, where the longer they're alive, the more dangerous they become. And now all we've got left is Artie. And do I get a shot into Artie at the end? Yes, I do. And it's game over. And there you have it. That is my very quick overview of the Italian auto reloaders. The auto reloading system only comes into play at tier 8, so you do have to grind all the way up to tier 8, but it is worth it. And that was a great game. And that's about it, folks. I hope you're all still keeping safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.